Darkcast Network. The light shines brightest on our indie podcasts.
See the promotions on my Roku, before it was coming out. Mm-hmm. And then when it finally came out, I was like, hey, Brand, do you want to watch Turning Red? And she was like, no. And so I put it on anyway. And now she wants to watch it all the time.
Of course.
It's pretty entertaining. It's definitely for 12, 13, 14-year-old kids, older children, rather than younger children. But I really liked it. I thought it was great. I knew.
I thought it was great.
I knew exactly how May May was feeling.
She was going through puberty and turning red. Is that what happened?
Yeah. Well,
she was turning into a red panda.
Yeah, and so when it first happens, her mom thinks she got her period, and she lets her believe that she got her period, and then she calms down and it goes away, and then the mom comes to school and embarrasses her, and she's like, May May, you forgot your pants. And it's all these embarrassing moments that happen in the movie. It's just really funny, but they're hopped up little girls after boy bands, they like this boy band, and yeah. I remember when I started recognizing boys, and you're like, oh, he's cute, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then all the boys are cute. You're like, oh, he's cute too. Really him ill. But look, he's got some hair on his lip. He's cute.
Okay.
That's not how it works. All right, Brandy. So what's happening? I'm glad we made it here today.
Well, I didn't think I'd make it here today.
What was that on? I don't know what that's from.
Napoleon Dynamite.
The girl said that?
Yeah. Summer. At the student elections. What do you call it? I was gonna say seminar.
The campaign.
Seminar. At their when they did their campaign speeches in the gym or auditorium or wherever the fuck they were. She's like, well, I didn't think I'd make it here today.
Why'd she say that?
Because she's a dumb white girl that didn't have anything better to say, so she said that. Why? You're in high school. Why wouldn't you have made it there?
Oh, that's Haley Duff, right? Girl, keep living. The struggle is fucking
you're a
real.
Teenager, shut up.
Dude, I was talking to my VA. She lives in Venezuela. I said, how much is gas over there? She was like, oh, I don't know, 0.5.
Pesos?
I was like, what? Half a cent? And I was like, how much was gas before? She was like, we didn't pay for gas. Motherfuckers used to get free gas in Venezuela, apparently. And now they have to pay 50 cents a liter for gas.
I'm moving. I'm leaving this.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
We can go to Belize. I heard it's real nice over there, and they've got those
coconuts.
What?
Aren't there coconuts in Belize?
I don't think so.
It's a tropical island, ain't it? It's a Caribbean, right?
No, it's South America.
Oh, dude.
You're a dork.
I don't know nothing.
It is on the Pacific Ocean.
I know nothing about geography.
They have those they have those holes in the ocean where you can go diving in them. I forgot what it's called, but it's some there's one of those things where people go and they're like, oh my god, it's so amazing.
The blue hole or something.
Yeah.
Dive in and it's just
yeah.
Oh,
right.
Don't get stuck under here and die.
Well, I don't know if you get stuck, but yeah, they have those.
Oh, interesting.
Or one of those.
All right. So Belize.
Mm-hmm.
How are we gonna get to Belize? I'm sure gas is high on planes as well.
Well, all we gotta do is go there, and we don't have to come back here. So that's I said I'm leaving. I didn't say coming back.
I don't know if I'm ready to set up shop.
They speak English in Belize
in another country.
Isn't that? Oh, that's where what's his face went? Isn't it McAfee? John McAfee? Didn't he go to Belize?
Didn't he just die?
He died, yes. But didn't he go to Belize?
I don't know his life.
I think he went to Belize, and he murdered somebody there. And then,
Oh my God!
Maybe it was Costa Rica. He went to somewhere in South Africa.
I believe it's probably Costa Rica because the story today has a tie to Costa Rica also.
It was me. We did the story about the home developers that were developing houses in Belize, and then freaking there weren't anything being built over there.
Yeah. He was like selling lies for homes in Belize.
Empty promises, broken dreams.
All these people do is sell empty promises. This is what I'm learning. Having a podcast for 3 years, Brandy, what have you learned? That people are full of straight shit.
Scammers gonna scam.
Scammers gonna scam, and don't let them scam. Question everything. I want to see paperwork. I want 14 references. I want all of the things.
I want documentation.
Brandy, how was your week?
It was fine. I am thinking about doing spring cleaning and having a yard sale, so we'll see if that actually happens.
I want to have a yard sale. I'll bring some stuff over.
Yeah, but see, we're so like you've seen where we live. It's like,
yep, I know where you live.
There's not a lot of traffic there, so I don't know how well that would work out, but
you just have to promote it.
Promote it on
Facebook.
Go.
Ugh. That place.
I fucking hate Facebook. Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
How was your week?
I'm hanging on by a thread. No. All jokes aside. I had my first open house on Sunday.
So how did that work? It wasn't your client, it was like some...
No, it wasn't my listing. So, I'm a part of eXp Realty, the brokerage. So we have like a huge like Facebook for our company. And so people will go in there and post like, hey, I need somebody to help cover, my open house. And like when you're new to real estate, they're like, when you're new, try and work as many open houses as possible so you can meet potential buyers. So someone had posted that they needed someone to work open house in Lancaster. Here's my phone number. So I hit her up and she was like, okay. And I was like, sweet.
So EXP, is that like national or are they just like local?
National.
Okay, so it was somebody like in Texas or something?
No, she's local. She's a local. Okay. They're all over the state. They're all over the U.S. And I think they were even in like Canada. They're all over the world or something.
They're international?
Yeah. So, no, she was local and she was like, okay. And then I reached out to my mentor and she was like, I got signs for you and this and that and that. So I went in there and, it was cool, I guess. I got to go through the house. And...
No, don't you have to, like, put signs out, like,
yes,
blocks away?
Yes! Oh, my God, that was such a pain in my asshole. I was like, okay, I'll put this one right here on 45th and K. Okay, I'm turning on this street. Let me put it on here. And then I was going to put it at the corner, but then the house was right there at the corner, so I didn't. Mm-hmm. I just put, like, the open house sign in the yard. Whatever. It went well. Cool. I'm still doing that. Getting prepared for this event on Friday at the Roseman Community Center, Senior Center on this Friday, March 18th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I'm getting ready for that. I'm trying to get my finances in order and just survive. I got my business cards finally. They came yesterday. They said they were going to send me 1,000. I think they sent me like 4,000. Business cards. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, they were free.
Well, that's even better.
Okay, shit. Sure.
That's even better.
That's even better. But I mean, we didn't make it to the podcast last week. I do apologize. We apologize. I apologize. I couldn't. I couldn't. I was overwhelmed.
Uh-huh.
And if it's not fun for me, it's not going to be fun for you. So I'm feeling better. I'm ready to tackle this week. So let's get into it. I'm Sunny Hepburn.
And I'm Brandy Fleeks.
And this is Book of Lies. The podcast.
It's bald bitches.
All right. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining us. You can connect with us if you aren't already on social, on Twitter at Book of Lies Pod, Instagram or Facebook. If you do that thing, Book of Lies Podcast.
If you do that thing
called Facebook. We had a website, bookofliespodcast.com. You could listen to all of our previous episodes, learn a little more about us there. We also have Patreon there too. Thank you to our fabulous patrons. We love you guys so much. Thank you for y'all's support.
Thanks, patronage.
Thanks, patronage. What have you been watching this week?
Oh my God. So I watched this movie, Fresh. Did you see the preview for that?
Fresh?
With Sebastian Stan.
I haven't seen that.
It's a horror thriller movie. I wouldn't say it was a horror movie, but Sebastian Stan is the villain in this movie.
Sebastian Stan, a villain?
Yes, he's the villain.
Because he's Tommy Lee, right? That's Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, what are you? No, Tommy Lee's not in this movie.
No, I'm talking about
yeah.
Pam and Tommy. Tommy and Pam.
Yeah, he's the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I know. Fresh, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's called Fresh, and it's fucking insane. So I watched that, and I watched something else, but I don't remember what it is. I watched. It's this Filipino. Well, it's not Filipino. It's an American anime, but it's based in the Philippines. So the main character, the characters are in the Philippines, in Manila. What's it called?
Is it called?
I will Google
the
it.
Thriller in Manila.
No, what? No, that was a fight.
I'm the Thriller of Manila, Dong, Hong Kong, Magic Don Juan. I think that's ludicrous that I'm spitting right now.
Okay, well, this one, there's only 6 episodes, which is really annoying, but it's called Trece. That's what it's called, Trece. It's pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I wish it was longer, because it was only 6 episodes, which is really annoying, but
On Netflix?
yeah, it's on Netflix.
Netflix will take what they can get. They're like, 6 episodes, great, here we go, let's roll.
I liked it. It was really good. They speak Tagalog in it, like, briefly, in the episodes. But it was really good. I liked it. It's, about a chick who she comes from a line of like monster fighters.
Oh.
And like there's an accord between monsters and humans. And you remember in Grimm, the Filipino monster is called the aswang. So that's what they're all called, is aswang.
Oh.
And
God, this water's killing me.
and so, there's an accord between the humans and the aswang, and like bad shit's happening, and they're trying to there's a part of them are trying to break the accord, and the others are like trying to keep it intact. So I mean, it's interesting, very interesting.
Okay.
What have you been watching?
Well, that brings me to our episode. I was watching Worst Roommate Ever.
Oh gosh.
On Netflix. Have y'all seen this, y'all? It is insane. And if you have seen it, you may know who I'm about to talk about.
There's multiple people.
There's 4 episodes.
Okay.
And actually there's 5 episodes. One is a 2-part episode. Not sure why, but whatever. One of the characters or the people that was a topic.
One of the main characters.
One of the assholes in the show. His name is called Joussef Khater. Joussef Khater. And that's who we're going to actually...
Welcome back, Khater.
That's who we're actually going to talk about today.
Mr. Khater.
Mr. Khater. So he's on episode 3 called The Marathon Man.
Okay.
Joussef Khater was born in Denmark.
He's Danish.
He's
Okay.
Danish in 1979.
Okay. So he's young. Fairly young. He's our age.
He's a year older than you. I'm younger than you. So no.
I
we're
say
not the
our
same.
age because, hello.
I know. I get it.
I get it.
Yeah. He was a part of the Royal Danish Navy. Okay. He was in the Navy for 10 years. And he was very proud of that. Cool, whatever.
I think they're required to join the
military.
After, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because they are in England. They're required. After they graduate high school, they're required to do a year or 2.
Well, he did 10 years.
Okay.
And he was dishonorably discharged. Oh. Is that when you get kicked the fuck out?
Yeah, when they're like, don't fucking come back, and you're lucky you're not in prison. We court-martial your ass.
Right. So he was kicked out because of quote-unquote fraud.
Oh, okay. That's a court-martial offense. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, not in Denmark. So he gets kicked out, and sometime between him getting kicked out of the Danish Navy and 2010, he started conning people in Denmark. He conned about 50 people and was trying to sell them property in Dubai.
Oh, God. Okay.
So it's one of these cons. And so he conned all these people. They gave him money to like purchase property or maybe have stake in a property in Dubai, which did not exist. And once his fraud was found out, they were like asking for their money back. And somehow his apartment burned down with all the fucking money in it. So he ain't got no money, right? What he does is he reaches out to the Palestinian group or something like that. There's like a group that was trying to really, give Palestinian nationals arts and sports and this and that, and then show them as like humane people in Denmark. So he reaches out to this guy.
Arts and sports
And crafts and science and STEM and all these different things. He reaches out to the head of the Palestinian national group and says, hey, I'm a runner. I want to run this marathon in Brazil. I'm Palestinian, and I want to win this for Palestine.
And he's from Denmark.
And he's from Denmark.
Is he blonde and blue-eyed?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's very brown.
Okay.
Very brown. I'm not going to tell you yet what's the situation with him. I'm going to bury the lead. So he's...
I don't think that's the lead. Maybe it is. Okay, go ahead.
So he's like, hey, I'm Palestinian. Help me out. Help a brother out. And the guy's like, well, how much do you need? He's like, I need 40,000 Danish dollars, whatever they're fucking called. And in U.S. conversion, it's like $6,000.
Okay.
And so the guy's like, well, I ain't got it like that. But, I want to help my fellow Palestinian national. So he puts together a GoFundMe to help him raise this money. He gets...
When is this?
This was 2010.
Okay.
I don't know if it was called GoFundMe, but it was something like that. It was one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And so he raises 10% of the money. And he's like, oh, well, this is all I got. And Joussef, he's like, what the fuck? Like, is this all you got? Like, how are you supposed to want to support, Palestinian nationals, and this is all you can do for me?
Wow.
And
sir, be happy that you got anything.
The guy was like, do you want this money or not? He was
okay,
like, yes,
seriously,
yes.
Shut the fuck up and take the money, or I will give it to someone else.
I will give it to somebody else. So he was like, I'll take it. He takes the money and fucks off to Brazil.
Of course he does.
In November of 2010. And he goes and he runs this fucking race, one of those like Iron Man type races or whatever.
So
and
he did it, okay.
He actually went and was running the race, and it's like a 3 or 4 day race. Mm-hmm. Day one, he comes in first. So the guy who's sponsoring him, he checks in. He's like, oh, okay, he came in first place. Excellent. He's about to win this for Palestine. Awesome. Day 2, he gets disqualified.
Because he was cheating?
Who knows what the fuck he was doing. He says, I hurt my leg. I hurt my knee. And the doctors wouldn't let me run. I told them I could run, but they said I couldn't run. It was because they're American and they were being prejudiced, racist against me because, I'm Palestinian. Oh, and the guy, his sponsor's like, I believe that. That sounds right.
Wow!
Fucking Americans.
I mean, they're racist, but damn, like that? Well, that whole Palestine-Israel thing.
Yeah,
it's
because you're brown.
It's because of Israel.
Yes. So they're like, all right, fuck. So then he's like, okay, there's another race in Chile. And
I need more money.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to go to Chile and run this race and, do it right for Palestine. Okay. The original guy, he reaches out to another guy. His name is Jose. And he is heading up like the Palestinian awareness group or whatever in Chile. And so he's like, oh, yeah, bring him on. Hell yeah. They raise funds for him. I think they raised like over $10,000 to get him to, pay for his submission and to help him with room and board in Chile. While he's in Chile, he's staying in a house, a hostel of some sort. It's like better than a hostel.
Right.
Community living.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this house,
I was going to say a commune, but
we're introduced to this girl. Her name is Callie. And she was telling the story of the worst roommate ever.
Okay, so this is her story.
This is her story.
Oh, yeah, because this story started before he was a roommate. All right.
Exactly, because this guy's a piece of shit. So... Piece of shit. I'm giving y'all the whole story, not just half the story. She shows up, and she's a recent college grad from Texas, and she was like, I want to travel the world. I want to live in a place, blah, blah, blah. So she moved to Chile and got a job as an English teacher. She meets someone, and they're like, hey, you should move into this home that we're living in. It's awesome. There's young people, and, it's cool. Joussef happens to be living there because that's where he was put up for this race. Mm-hmm. And there's like a few girls, a few guys there. And when Callie comes, Joussef is very nice. And everyone says that about he's not a bad looking dude. He's like physically, like he's physically fit. He's baldish. And when she comes in, he's like, oh, welcome. Let's have a party. He introduces her to everybody. And he's very, generous with his money or other people's monies. While this is happening, actually, I jumped ahead a little bit. When Joussef was in Brazil running that race where he got disqualified, he met this guy by the name of Dominic, who was from London. And Dominic's older white dude, and he started talking to Joussef and said that he was interested in investing in property, buying, property in Brazil. And they couldn't get it done, and it didn't happen. And so then... Joussef was like, well, I'm going to be going to Chile to run this race. You should come too. And he's like, okay. So the guy flies to Chile with Joussef with the intentions of finding an investment property. So he had like $100,000 cash on him to invest in a property to put down a down payment. Dominic is in Chile, and he had to fly home for some reason before the race. And so he didn't feel comfortable traveling with the money. So he gave Joussef the money to hold, and Joussef gave him a promissory note saying like, oh, I'm holding on to this money for you, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So the race happens finally. So Callie's in the house, and she kind of smells through Joussef's bullshit. Like, he's very braggadocious. He's telling all these stories, how he's rescued all these people when he was in the Danish Navy. And, he's super awesome, and he's here in Chile to run a race. But no one has ever seen him train. He's never training to run a race. They're like, but he's physically fit, but we've never seen him train.
We've never seen him run anywhere.
Exactly. The race happens finally, and Dominic comes back from the UK for the race. And while before the race had started, Joussef reaches out to the Palestinian network in Denmark, the guy who supported him and connected him to the guy in Chile. Mm. He's like, hey, why don't you fly out here and watch me win this race for Palestine?
Okay.
And so the guy's like, all right, I guess, sure, whatever.
No, I can't.
I'll fly from Denmark to Chile.
To do.
Day 1, he's doing fine in the race. Day 2, again, he gets disqualified. Stupid, right? So
that's fishy.
It's fishy AF.
That's suspicious.
Well, this guy's very suspicious. So when the race is happening, he gets disqualified, and then Dominic is in the race also. And Dominic hears about Joussef getting disqualified, and he was like, he thought he was being discriminated against also. Again.
No, of course.
Because that's the story that he's telling, that discrimination.
Discrimination.
Oh! Let me put a pin in this. Discrimination. Jussie Smollett.
Yeah.
The hammer has been dropped on him finally. What was he, our 4th episode?
Maybe.
Something like that. Don't be greedy, be grateful. That's what it's called. Jussie. So he got convicted. 150 days in the slammer. And then probation.
I'm not suicidal.
Did he say that?
Oh, yes. Multiple times. I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal. I did not, and I'm innocent. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. I'm like,
why was he saying he wasn't suicidal?
Because if he turned up hanged,
okay,
in his cell, it wasn't him of his own accord.
Okay.
But I'm like, okay, you don't have any reason to think that you're gonna die in prison. Like, you didn't do anything egregious other than lie to the police. And I mean, yeah, you lied to the police.
And stage a hate crime.
Well, but he lied to the police.
Yeah.
Like that's what he got. He got convicted of lying to the police.
People lie to the police all the fucking time. Exactly. Just saying, it's because he's brown, huh?
That's why. Literally, that's the reason he was convicted, was for lying to the police.
Mm-hmm.
It was what do they call it?
Misleading?
No, disorderly conduct. But it was because he lied to the police and wasting resources.
Yeah.
So people are murdering folks and not going to prison, but he's going to jail. He's not even going to prison. He's going to jail. He's going to county.
Oh, stop
He's going to county jail, and he has to pay a fine. But people are murdering people and getting away with it. Just saying.
There's a lot of fucked up shit that's happening right now.
Even though Jussie did some stupid shit, he didn't kill anybody.
You did some dumb shit.
Okay. It was dumb, and it was, now nobody's probably going to hire you ever again, but, whatever. Okay.
Discrimination! So, while the race is happening, Dominic is actually inquiring to Joussef about his money. Hey, I left you a bag of money to hold. Can I get my money back? And Joussef is like, yeah, probably not.
No,
you're not going to get your money. And Dominic is just like, fuck, like, this guy isn't going to give me my money. The guy from Denmark who flew over to see him win the race finds out that he got disqualified again. And he was like, I could have fucking killed this kid. Like, I fucking flew from Denmark to Chile for this fucker to lose? Are you kidding?
You want to fly over here and watch me win?
But Joussef is the king of distraction. So he's like, all right, well, let's all go out to dinner. It's on me. He takes him out to dinner. Tomorrow he has like all this shit planned. He's like, oh, we're going to go sightseeing. We're going to go on tours. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. So to kind of just like...
And I'm going to sell you some water.
He fucked off, and he tried to blame it on, again,
discrimination
because the officials were Americans, or so he says. So Dominic pieces out, and...
Wait, how is it discrimination that the officials are Americans, but you're injured? This wasn't an injury this time.
He said it was the same thing. He said he had an injury of his knee or his leg, and he wanted to run, but they said he could not run. And those saying that he could not run were Americans.
Oh, okay. Got it. Stupid.
Dominic goes home because he's like, it was pretty clear to me that I was not going to get my money back. He's obviously spending it for dinner and all these fucking events. And
he should have just fought him. I would have just kicked his ass.
Well, there's going to be a fight.
We're going to fight over my caches.
There's going to be over my caches.
Over my caches.
So I want my money, you son of a bitch. The other guy goes back to Denmark and is just like, fuck, like, what a waste. He didn't win. He fucked off on us. Dominic reaches out to the Chilean Palestinian group, the leader. His name was Jose. Mm-hmm. And he told Jose that Joussef took his money. Joussef will not return the money. And you're like, what can we do? And then Jose's like, come back to Chile. This guy must have like freaking flyer miles or just be independently wealthy because he's flying to and from countries and is okay with losing $100,000. I'm just saying, like, who are these people? Anyway, so he flies back to confront Joussef to get his money. Joussef is like, okay, the lawyer's holding the money. There's no lawyer. He's sending fake emails saying that, like, I'm the lawyer, I've got the money, I'm holding the money, blah, 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 blah.
Is it from a Gmail account?
It is, and it was Joussef. They figured out it was him.
No, what I'm saying is an attorney doesn't use
real attorney at gmail.com. That's my email address. So Joussef is walking around Chile with Dominic, and they're just walking around. Dominic's like, where the fuck are we going? Like, there's no fucking attorney out here.
They're in the middle of the
They're in the middle of like a walking path, nowheresville. And so Dominic is just like turned around and he's looking, and Joussef picks up a fucking like log.
He's trying to kill him.
And bashes him on the back of the head with it. Boop. Tried to fucking kill him. And so when Dominic realized what happened, he's like, oh my god, this motherfucker's trying to kill me.
Yeah. No.
And then like there was a fight. Like he had to like tackle him. There was a fight. And then there was like onlookers. Joussef like stops. He's like, oh my God,
Oh, I'm being fucking witnessed.
yeah,
trying to commit a murder.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Please don't tell anybody that this happened. Please don't tell anybody I tried to kill you. Please don't tell anybody.
God.
So Dominic's like,
oh, okay, that's
fuck
our
this.
secret.
Fuck this. I'm going home. And then he calls Interpol.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
He calls like the Chilean consulate from the UK, and they're like, hey, this dude is dangerous. He attacked me. He stole my money, and beware. Okay? Nothing happened from that.
Nobody was like, okay, we'll
Nobody
take your report.
let's grab this motherfucker and see what happens. But when this happens, apparently it's like wintertime over in Chile.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, they're in the southern hemisphere, so their winter is our summer.
Well, it was getting cold over there, and Callie was like, I want out of this fucking hostel. It sucks. And it's fucking cold here. And Joussef was like, what? I just bought some property. I just bought some condos. I'm independently wealthy, and I like to invest in property. So if you give me the first month and a deposit, I'll make it happen for you. And apparently, while that was happening, he was borrowing money from all of the housemates. So everybody was pressing Joussef for their money. He collects a deposit and first month's rent from Callie and her girl and a friend of hers who happened to be from Texas also. So strange. They were going to live in a place.
So strange.
3 weeks goes by. Nothing happens. Every week, Joussef is like, oh, next week. It's going to happen next week. And
so they gave him money.
They gave him money. He took it to do Lord knows what with. Because we never really find out what he was doing with his money.
What's weird is, like, he was probably just, like, putting it in a bathtub and rolling around in it because he was a fucking idiot. Like,
he was keeping it in a backpack with a Palestinian flag on the back of it. Like, there was always this backpack that it doesn't matter.
Hoarding money.
Callie is just, like, pressing him, like, you know, money or place. Like, what's happening here? He was like, well, why don't you come with me, Callie? And we'll go to the realtor's office. And then I'll go to a girlfriend's house and actually get the money that I owe all of you guys. Just me and you, Callie. Let's go.
What? Wait.
Weird.
Let's go to the realtor's office, and then I'll go to my girlfriend's house.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the realtor's office so you could see, like, you know, we could figure it out. They get there. They walked around for hours just stumbling around.
So she went somewhere with him.
She went somewhere with him. But she had lived with this guy for 4 months.
Right.
Okay? But she went alone. No.
Let me ask you some questions. Do you remember what it was like when you watched a really good movie with your family or your friends? You remember that feeling that got you so hyped that you guys just couldn't stop talking about it? You remember the bond you formed over that movie? I want to try to bring those feelings back. My name is Zoe, the host of the Backlook Cinema podcast. Me and my son Zach watch movies that I loved when I was growing up that he had never seen before. It's a bonding exercise between us. On the podcast, I share what we thought about that movie, why we liked it, our favorite parts. I find some interesting trivia, and we find out what the critics thought about that movie. So join me at Backlook Cinema to recapture that feeling of excitement with friends and family over those movies of yesteryear. Available wherever you listen to podcasts or at backlookcinema.com.
Go by the realtor's office. It's closed. He's like, oh, well, this is where it was. Goes and gets the backpack that supposedly has the money in it that he owes everybody. So they could take it back. And he's like, oh, well, let's go and get a drink. And she's like, I've never seen him drink before, ever. Like, he knocked back, like, 3 screwdrivers, 3 vodkas, and, you know, orange juices. Then he's like, hey, Callie, you want to go see, I heard there's a construction site that has a golden toilet seat. And she's like,
no. Who cares about a golden toilet seat?
I guess she was into weird shit like that. I don't know. She went for it. And it was like an abandoned like shop that they had to like pull open the door, and they're in there looking around. And then he bonks her on the fucking head.
I figured as much, because
he attacked her.
Why the fuck not?
He knocks her out, and then he proceeds to strangle this girl. So he strangled her until he knocked her the fuck out, and he thought he killed her.
Till she passed out.
Yeah.
Well, he must not have done it for 3 minutes because it takes 3 minutes to kill a person by strangulation.
Maybe it was only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know. Either way, he wraps her up in a tarp, drags her to a closet, and proceeds to bury her.
In a closet?
Like, in a hole. And I don't know, this place was like...
A dirt floor?
Yeah, it was just trash. So, he buries her, and eventually she comes to. And she's like, what the fuck? And, like, she can't move. And she realized that she was wrapped up in a tarp and buried. Asshole. He goes back to the apartment, and the people are like, well, where's the money? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I gave it to Callie. She must have took off somewhere with the money. I don't know. You know, problem solved. This is not how you solve problems, people.
So,
he's an asshole.
So he thinks he can just kill people and like nobody's gonna ask. You owe other people money, dude. Like, you gonna kill all of them? What the fuck?
He wanted a fall guy, and that was supposed to be Callie.
It's not gonna be like,
Yeah.
it doesn't work like that. Oh, she took our money. No. You still owe me money. I don't care.
Excuse me.
You said you gave it to her. I don't know that. You owe me money.
Where is Callie, motherfucker? Where is she?
Nope.
I don't know where she is. So she pulls her fucking lifeless body out of a ditch, makes it back to the hostel or the house where everybody's staying, and she like looks like she's dead. Like, her eyes are like bloodshot red. She has like a huge gash in her head.
She probably had petechial hemorrhaging because he fucking hit her in the head.
Yeah, and so he threw like ash on top of her, and I guess there was like gas or oil or something. There was a bunch of shit that got into her system. That's what like made her eyes like really red, I guess. I'm not really sure. She gets back to the hostel, and they're like, oh my god, what happened? And she's like, you fucking did this to me. And he was like, what? Me? What are you talking about? Why are you blaming me? Why are you blaming me? And
Why are you blaming me?
what?
I wouldn't do such a thing.
I would never. And so her friend like was like, let me get you cleaned up. Let me take you in the shower. Let's get you cleaned up. Notices this huge fucking gash on her head and takes her to the hospital.
Yeah.
And she wasn't really like speaking in like sentences, apparently.
Right, because she has fucking brain damage.
She was like, I had brain damage. Like, I was lost like consciousness and air to my brain. Like, the fuck. Once she gets to the hospital, she's like, Joussef attacked me. And her girlfriend was like, I believe you. Mm-hmm. Calls the police. The police show up. And they're like, oh, you seem fine. Meh.
Oh, yeah, it's South America.
You're fine.
I forgot about that.
You're Gucci,
That's
girl.
the only thing. If we go to Belize, there's the corrupt police stuff. So
I mean, we might be able to con people.
might have to have a lot of money to pay off the fucking feds and the fucking the popos over there, but
So let's think of another plan. So then, like, nothing became of that, right? So then, Callie and her friend, they met, like, this chick at a party who happened to be, like, a new lawyer. And they were like, okay, I know what happened.
I hope so.
Okay, after they called the police, they're like, oh, you're fine. Then the next day, Joussef was like, oh my god, my mother died. I have to fly back to Denmark.
Nope, you're not going anywhere, motherfucker.
Right? And apparently, in the skerfuffle, he lost his
Backpack.
passport.
Oh.
Backpack. Backpack. He lost his passport and was like hurting for cash.
Oh, well.
And then there's this lawyer that's like trying to investigate what's going on. So then they reach out to like his networks, and then the guy in Denmark, he was like there's something happening here. Like something's wrong. Mm-hmm. So he investigates Joussef, finds out that Joussef is not Palestinian.
That should have been the first thing you fucking did, but okay.
Do a DNA test. He is Lebanese. He's
okay.
So he is from Denmark of Lebanese descent.
Right.
But he knew if he went to the Palestinian network, they would help him get out of Denmark.
No questions
because
asked.
He was in such a hurry to leave because that case of fraud that he stole all those people's money and burnt down his apartment.
In the Navy?
After the Navy.
Okay.
For the Dubai
Right. Oh, okay, yeah.
He had a court case pending, so he fled the country, and that's when he went to Brazil with the help of the Palestinian network.
You guys, seriously, you have to look into people's backgrounds. You cannot take their word for anything, regardless of whether or not you think, oh, you're Palestinian, I want to support my people. You make sure he's one of your people before you fucking give him money to flee the country. Like, come on. Especially because fakers, liars, cheaters. I'm going to say I'm freaking Nigerian so I can go to another country. Come on, people. Come on.
You're like 40% Nigerian.
It doesn't matter. I'm not from Nigeria.
That's true.
I don't look like I'm Nigerian. Nobody be like, oh, you're Nigerian, huh? No.
No. Okay. So he's Lebanese, pretending to be Palestinian because he wanted access to the network. So this lawyer woman who's helping Callie seek justice because they're like, there's a fucking killer running around and we don't know where he is. But he has not left the country because he lost a passport. So then they find one of his friends to reach out to him. And he's like, oh, I need help. I need some money. Really bad. I need some money. La, la, la. And so they set up a sting operation to arrest Joussef when he was going to pick up the money. Joussef doesn't have a passport, so he can't pick up the money. So he finds some Chinese kid that happened to be in Chile who has a passport. So he's like, well, can you wire the money to this person? And so they're watching, the Western Union or whatever the fuck the money went to. And Joussef is sitting in the fucking car as this guy goes in to, collect the money. So they arrest him. And they convict him for the attempted murder of Callie.
Okay.
Guess how much time he gets?
6 months.
No. He gets 600 days.
Wow!
So that was less than 2 years.
You're trying to kill somebody. Well, you know what? Whatever. Again, corrupt governments and things.
Well,
women's lives don't fucking matter anywhere in the world. So.
For real. Yeah. So he gets 600 days in Chile. Once he did his less than 2 years time, they deport him and send him back to Denmark so he could,
stand trial
for the shit that he did in 2010. He does his time there, gets out of jail in Denmark, flees the country, and goes to Costa Rica. This is about 2017. Yeah, that's right, 2017. So apparently he was doing some fraud shit over there, meets some woman, convinces her to give him $20,000. These people,
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Why people are so eager to part with their money. If you're not handing me something into my hand, I'm not giving you $20,000.
I'm sorry. This is 2014 when he ended up in Costa Rica. But there is an update I'll give you that. So in 2014, that's when he ends up in Costa Rica, in Quepos, Queuepos. And he seduced a Canadian traveler. And he stole $19,000 of her life savings. And he was going under a different name.
Don't tell me she was carrying that much cash.
I hope not. He was going under the name of Joussef Khater. Mr. Khater.
Carter or Cotter?
Carter.
Okay.
Like Jay-Z.
Okay.
So once she figured out who he really was, he tried to fucking smother her with a pillow.
You're not a good murderer, dude. Seriously, stop trying to kill people because obviously you fucking have no follow through. You have to hold people down and you have to literally watch the light go out of their eyes. And you can't do that, apparently. So stop trying to kill people.
He's weak. You're so weak. If you're gonna fucking kill me, you better fucking kill me!
If I'm gonna commit a murder, a head is gonna be separated from a body. I'm gonna know you're dead.
Oh, and he's also going by Joseph Maria. That's also one of his aliases.
Okay.
So then after he tried to smother this woman, 2 years later, Joussef swindled $18,000 from a woman named Sasha.
A woman named Sasha.
Yeah. And so she's just like, they're like, he's a dangerous psychopath. Like,
but he's not even a good one. Like,
yeah. He's a fucking asshole. But that was the last that thing in 2017. That was like the last news reporting of him. So they think he's still in Costa Rica or he's back in Denmark. But
maybe he's buried somewhere. Maybe somebody got him.
What I'm saying is, fuck this guy. Like, don't tell people how much money you have. Don't tell people that, hey, I've got this money that I want to invest into something. And, like, just pretend you're fucking poor. And then no one's going to mess with you. Like, when I used to walk down Hollywood Boulevard, I would wear my bummy shit. Like, don't ask me for nothing. Just look like a crazy person.
Yeah. Wow.
But he's free. I'm just saying this right now. He's free.
He's running around, you guys.
He's running around there.
Unless somebody got him. Just saying. He might have been murked and buried in some dirt somewhere, but he's probably running around conning other people.
I wouldn't doubt it. And like Callie, the one who came on worst roommate ever. She was like, I have PTSD from this.
I'm sure she does.
She was like, something situational. Like if it's like a 2 out of 10 for her, it's a 10. She's like, she can't have people walking behind her.
No.
And now she's like, and she can't look at people with bushy eyebrows.
Well, she can't look at Norman then.
I was like, man, she don't like Middle Eastern or like people that have like thick eyebrows. She's like, because she was probably fucking staring at this motherfucker's face
as he's choking her.
Choking the life out of her.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Yeah. That sucks.
It sucks a lot. It sucks a fucking lot.
I hope she is getting therapy and but dude, that is trash.
That's straight trash.
Hopefully somebody got him. Let's just hope that.
Let's just hope that the guy Jose,
obviously he's not going to get justice. He gets out of fucking jail and then does the same shit.
And I feel like internationally they are not. They're not so strict. So like
they're not tough on crime.
They're not tough on crime. Like our last episode with the fake prince of Dubai, Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. He got 18 years because he did that shit in the U.S. Pretending to be a diplomat from a different country.
Yeah, but that's a federal crime.
Right. So murdering people is not... I mean, I understand that's not a federal crime. He's tried to kill people. Yeah. He's tried to kill multiple people.
Yeah.
He gets angry. This guy, he would be like, oh, it's great. Blah, blah, blah. But then when you question him, he's like, well, fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Super crazy.
Here's what I don't understand. You're such a terrible criminal that you're going to keep trying to kill people and be unsuccessful at it. Mm-hmm. Stop. I mean, obviously that, it's a there's a serious personality disorder here.
Yeah.
But man, they should have all just got together and just literally stoned him to death.
Something should have fucking happened with this guy.
All the roommates in the place should have just stoned him.
Well, they didn't learn about his true identity. I mean, because he was like, yeah, I'm Palestinian from Denmark. He was claiming that as who he was.
Right.
The guy talked to his sister. The
Denmark guy.
The Denmark guy. He talked to his sister, and he was like, he pretended to be a journalist. He's like, yeah, I'm a journalist. Do you know Joussef Khater? And she's like, oh, it's my brother. What did he do? And the family disowned him because he's a con man. He just doesn't know when to stop, or he's ruined lives. Mm-hmm. And
yes, he has.
He was like, well, he's ruined my name in Chile in the Palestinian network and this. And she was like, Palestine? What are you talking about? And he was like, he's Palestinian, right? She's like, no, we're Lebanese.
Oh, man.
He's just got bushy brows.
Well,
I know they're very close. Yeah. Just like we were saying, with the guy who was Cuban pretending to be the Prince of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You really don't know. And I feel
He wasn't Cuban.
He wasn't Cuban. What was he?
He was Mexican. No, I'm sorry. He was Colombian.
Colombian. Yeah, he was exactly. I don't want to be ignorant like that. It's just I'm sorry that I want to ask, like, what's your background? What's your not, like, where are your people from? So I could, address you the right way or, like, respect you the right way.
Yeah.
But if you're being deceitful from Jump Street, it's like, how can I even trust you? Let me swab you. I'm going to fucking send this into 23andMe and see what we're really working with here. God. Please. But that series is really good. It's really fucked up, actually. There's a lot of, like, death. But
there was death. Who died?
Not in this episode.
Oh yeah.
The worst roommate ever.
Yeah.
It's a nice little watch. 5 episodes.
If you're into true crime documentary stuff.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Yeah.
This guy's a piece of shit. Brandy.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
You have a thumbs up for the week?
No. Oh well, spring break is coming, so that's exciting. But I still have to get up and come here, so. That's less exciting, I guess. I don't know.
I'd like to see you.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to see you.
You're going to be here all the time.
I am here fucking every day. That's the thing. Like oh, I want to work from home. Here's the thing. When you are the runner of your household and also trying to make money, it gets a little convoluted. It's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing dishes and doing this. I should actually be, like, calling people and doing work. Yeah. Or I could be doing this, but I'd rather do this. It's a gray area.
It's one of those things where you have to literally compartmentalize while you're in your house.
Mm-hmm, I do.
House stuff over there, business stuff over here, fun stuff over there.
Right.
Neither of the tween shall meet.
Right? It's just like, I really need to set a schedule. It's just like, I need to cut this off at this time. And so on and so forth. My thumbs up for the week, you ask, Brandy? I'm going to keep making dog biscuits. What else? My birthday's in a month.
Yeah, it is.
I have a birthday coming up. That's exciting, but my thumbs up is you guys. Thank you guys for being here with us. We love you so much. All right, guys, if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, please follow, please come back. We will return again next week with a new episode.
So chill till the next episode.
Yeah, dog, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just kidding. Hey, I'm Sunny Hepburn.
And I'm Brandy Flakes.
And this was Book of Lies. The podcast.
It's bald bitches.